Hi everybody, it's me, Nancy. Nancy's Hooked on Crochet. So, some people made New Year's resolutions, and I decided that I was just going to give knitting another try. But first, I'd like to welcome everybody who's recently subscribed, anybody that's been subscribed, anybody that's just stopping in to view my video, and consider subscribing. I did just put up a giveaway video, and be sure if you missed it that you check it out and make sure you watch the whole video, because I put in a word that you have to say in your comment, as well as you need to be a public subscriber. Anyway, so here's the story. So about a year ago, I went to like the Salvation Army, and I was like, oh, it'd be really nice. I was like talking to God or something, that if I could find some knitting stuff, I would try knitting. And I found this bag, and it had some yarn in it, and it had a lot of knitting needles in it. And I brought it home, and I was all excited, and I watched some videos. I figured, if I basically, watched tutorials, I'd learn how to knit, just like I relearned, because my mom taught me to crochet. I relearned how to crochet a couple of years ago when my grandbaby was on the way. So I watched a tutorial or two. I thought I was doing the casting on correctly. I don't remember if I did it right or not. And I just couldn't get the yarn to go from one to the other. And I had gotten a whole bunch of these. Some of these are new, and I have a bunch of knitting needles. Now I know you're probably a crocheter, but you may knit also. And maybe you'll tell me if you do both knitting and crocheting, or if you just crochet and you have no interest in knitting, or you do crochet and you would like to knit, and what your experiences are. Anyway, so this was in that bag. I think I paid like $3.50, and I got a bunch of knitting needles. This one looks expensive. It's a big size, and it says it was made in Germany. Hey, wait a second. It says made in Germany, 12 millimeter, 80 centimeters, US 17, 32 inches. So it's 32 inches from tip to tip. And anyway, I guess it's for a chunky yarn, because it's like pretty big, So that was one of them. These I just bought at Walmart. These are a 9 millimeter. And I'm just not getting with the metal ones yet. But I'll hold on to it, because I'm hoping that I'll continue to work on my knitting in between my crocheting. I just dropped one. I'm a clumsy. I have to get something to put all these knitting needles into. Okay, these were in the bunch that I got from the Salvation Army. And it says a number 7. And I'm not sure what that means. But here, I got this one. I bought a set of crochet hooks one time. And it seems a little big for the 5 millimeter, and it doesn't fit into 4.5. No, I guess it must be a 5 then. So these are a 5 millimeter. But it says a number 7, but it's 5 millimeter. I always went by the millimeter with the crochet hooks, So these I got with that batch. Okay, now I just bought a set of bamboo. I think these I bought at Walmart. I didn't know what I had, so when I bought stuff at Walmart the other day, I wasn't sure. Okay, these are a 6 millimeter, so I got a 5 and a 6. One was metal. These were from Walmart. And wait a second. These I learned how to do the knit stitch. Now I'm trying to learn how to do the purl, and I keep dropping stuff. I'm finding I'm really, really having a problem with the purl, but I keep dropping knitting needles. They're on my lap, and they just keep sliding off. Okay, don't mind me. So anyway, I'm not going to try to teach you how to knit if you don't know how to knit. I'm not a teacher. as far as knitting, but I did a little 1 row of purling. It's on there. And I'm going to keep trying to just, because I was thinking, oh, maybe I could do a hat. I had the knit stitch down pretty well. But a lot of the hats have like knit 2, purl 2. Obvious. Then I'd have to learn the purl stitch. What's in your cup? I'm having some decaf. It's my around 11:30. I usually have a second decaf. I gave up regular coffee. That's another story. Anyway, so these I found in the Salvation Army. I forget what size they are. Let me see. I gotta use my little gadget. I have another one of these that came with. I bought a set. It's over here. I'll show it to you. Yeah. This one goes into, this is 5.5 millimeter. Whatever. They must be bamboo also. They're just a lighter color. Then I bought a couple of these. I got a 5 and a 4.5. I think a 5 and a 4.5. I dropped one on the floor. No, I dropped 2 on the floor. I'll have to remember. I have this, thank God. So this one says 5. This one says, yeah, no, 4.5. So I got 5 and 4.5. I like the bamboo ones. I made a little washcloth using the bamboo with some cotton yarn, which the cotton yarn was splitting a little. But being I'm a halfway decent crocheter, I managed. I made a few mistakes, and then I kind of like sewed the holes. So at least I have a washcloth I'm going to show you. Anyway, and I just bought these, and these has said that they were a 5.75. I got these yesterday because I wanted, but they didn't have anything bigger at Walmart. Walmart's pretty cheap on the knitting needles. So it fits into 6, so it's sort of like a 6. So anyway, I got 3 sets of these, 2 bamboo. And the bamboo seems, for a beginner, they say it's good. And then this came in a set, and I used a coupon. I'm dropping. Today's my day for dropping things, you know. So I bought this set, and it came with 2 sets of these needles, gold and purple. It says, I'm looking to see what size. It also has that thing in it, so I got another one of that. So if I lose one, it says, I don't know. I don't know what size it is. Maybe you don't care. But I did enjoy using the circular needles, but now when I started to try to learn the purl, I found it kept getting tangled. Yeah, these are, I think, they look like they're a 5.5. Let me see. No, they're a 5. And I think the other ones are skinnier, so whatever. You don't need to know. But here, I'll show you what I made so far. It's not much. This video is not going to be super long. The first day I tried, I don't know, I ended up just, came out like with a lot of holes. I kind of sewed it together. It's just it was a mess. It wasn't straight across. Then I thought maybe I would try to do a scarf, but I think I cast it on too many. The casting on was confusing, but I finally got it. I did something called continental casting on. So then I made this piece, and I learned how to cast off. So I learned that. So this is all the knit stitch. I think I tried to learn the purl on here, and then I messed up. So I decided to learn how to cast off because I thought it was too wide. I was going to use this whole cake and try to make a scarf into 1 stitch, which I could try another cake, a lot of cakes. And this is the washcloth that I made. So I can call myself a knitter, even though I'm a crook. I remember the first crocheted washcloth I made. I don't know if you're just wanting to learn how to crochet. So I went to a lot of tutorials. I did like a lot of washcloths before I attempted to make a baby blanket for my grandson. And then even when I made the first blanket, it kind of like the side was messed up. Like, you know, I wasn't counting my stitches and, you know, whatever. So I know there's a learning process. It's going to take time. So I don't know. It's cotton, and I like it. There's a lot of little mistakes in there. There was like a couple of big holes, and I took my needle and I kind of fixed them and then sewed it in because I know how to do that. So it looks halfway decent, you know? So I actually knitted something. Yeah, there's another hole. So, but, you know, I think for the first washcloth, it looks better than some of my first washcloths that I made with crochet. And then I just crocheted a little loop at the end. And whatever. It's okay. I'm happy. I'm going to keep trying to learn how to knit. But I do love crochet, and I think it's so much, I find it fast and easy, and I just kind of want to be able to do both. And you never know. I like the way certain projects look knitted, and that's kind of my motivation. I like I like I've seen like people's hats, like knitted. I like the way knitted hats look. I like the way like variegated yarn works up in a knit. So that's my motivation. But you know, if you don't want to knit, don't knit. But I mean, it's just something I wanted to do. I'm not. I don't do a lot of crafts. I just do crochet, and I used to like to draw, but I don't do anything with that. And I can make some stitch markers. So that's about as crafty as I am right now. I'm good at assembling furniture and toys. You know, like my husband likes to buy stuff, and then he doesn't want to look at the directions, and then he gives it to me. Anyway, so I'll tell you also, I went to Joann's yesterday, and I broke down. They have that $1.99 sale on the big twist yarn. Now I know I took it out. I put it somewhere. Oh, it's right behind me. And I had gone there the other day, and they already were out of a lot of colors, and I didn't see any colors that I wanted. But I don't know. I found this. It's a blue big twist and sky blue, and I like the blue color. It's like a, you know, I'm having another grandbaby in June, so maybe I already made him 2 baby blankets, and they're in another video. So if you want to see them, and maybe I'll make him something with this. I mean, I live in South Florida, so we don't really, it doesn't get cold here. So I mean, I picked up crochet like in Florida when I'm up north in New York. So I bought 3. I think I left one. I pulled it out of the closet. You'll see I have some yarn here. See? Most of my yarn is in the closet and another closet and under the bed in bags. So I basically, you know, I kept saying I shouldn't buy any, but I like that color and I didn't go too crazy. Instead of buying like 20 skeins of yarn, I only bought 3. You know, and I bought a whole bunch at the Dollar Tree not long ago. Anyway, at least knitting, you use yarn also. But, you know, hopefully in my future, before the year is over, I'd like to make a hat, a knitted hat. So tell me, you know, if you knit as well as crochet, if you're first learning to crochet or you're first learning to knit, and if you bought any yarn at Joann's. So that's all. That's all for today. So make sure that you check out my video, my giveaway video that I just did. And it's going to be, I'm going to I'm going to let it run through January 18th, and then like at the end of the day, like at midnight, that's when I'm going to pick the winner on the 8th, you know, like when it's becoming the 19th. So this way, you know, everybody, so I don't want to leave it an extra 2 days, but I'm going to pick the winner and then I'll post a video within a day. So I'm very happy that, you know, I got some new subscribers, and I hope you'll watch some of my videos and give them a chance. I'm sorry I don't do a lot of editing. I did try. I used to be able to do it when I had a different computer with a different software, but eventually I'll figure it out. That's all. But I just love crochet, and I like to share my projects. I am working. I did start a hat last night. I'll show you that quickly. I don't know. It's a hat that you have to sew together at the end on the side. Somebody did a tutorial. And I've done one like this before. It's just a lot of half double crochets and a little bit of single crochet at the top. And I guess you get it wide enough that it goes around, like this is the top, and then it bends over, I guess, like that. And then once it can fit around your head, you stitch it together, and then you sew the top, and you got a hat. So I'm going to try and make some blue hats. You know, I want to try to make a couple of blue hats a month for Hat Not Hate. I did donate some, but they weren't sent in. And there was a place not far from me that was collecting the hats. It was, I can't remember the name of the place, but they did stuff for kids. So I drove, it's like 20 minutes away to this place, and I donated my hats, so she has them, and she gave me some blue yarns. I feel like I have to make more hats because she gave me some yarn that people had donated. So I'm pretty good at crocheting hats, but maybe I'll be able to knit a hat that I could donate as well. So anyway, I'm going to try to make at least one hat a month. Maybe I'll squeeze in 2 some months, as well as I'm doing other things, because soon I'm going to have a new grandbaby to help with, and I'm going to be very busy during the summer months and after that. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed what I'm talking about, and I hope you'll enter my giveaway, and tell me what you're doing. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna try to do some purling. Maybe at least a row. I'm confused already. I'm not good at crocheting while I'm on the camera either. I end up making mistakes. I like to relax on the recliner or lay on the bed and watch YouTube videos and TV. So what do you do when you crochet or knit? Okay, everybody. I really do appreciate everybody that comes and watches my videos, and I hope to see you again soon. Okay, take care.